Well, you're here with real world magic in my sort of dungeon. I'll give you a tour. That's my magic shelf and my microphone. And that's pretty much all there is to this room, really. Oh yeah, my auto cue, which is exciting. Thank you for joining, by the way. I really do appreciate it. It's literally just a test to see whether or not this is going to work. Oh, that's cool. That is good. There's barely any delay, so that's cool. Yeah, I was worried about that actually, but I guess Nathan's not streaming some sort of World of Warcraft or I don't know. What do these kids play these days? Fortnite or something. God, that makes me feel old. What do these kids... He's not, no. He's probably mixing or something, but I can't hear. So, I don't know. It's probably not. I don't know what he's doing. Right, so I'm just going to switch over my camera to see whether or not I can. And hopefully you guys can now see my computer. See, I'm not watching porn. I'm actually doing some editing and, yeah, look, editing. So that's, oh, how about if I change, oh, that doesn't really, yeah, maybe that does change. There we go. I can go, it's not a still, I'm just sitting really still. Oh, no, that's horrible. No, makes me look like I'm in the 70s with that one. I think I'm better au naturel. You like the blush one? Where was it? That one? Pop. Yeah. That's all right, actually. I quite like that. I just have to remember not to, like, you know, pick my nose or do it. I wasn't going to. I've just got an itchy nose, that's all. One other thing that I've got around here. I could just show off all my magical stuff, I suppose, couldn't I? Should we do that? Oh. This, spoilers, is for an upcoming video. I'm not going to tell you why, but yeah. Okay, so some magical stuff then that I've got. I've got Ollivander's. Is, just out of interest, because I don't know, is this a mirror image that you can see, or can you actually read Ollivander's across there? Oh, I think Chivalrous Tube is on it. You can read it. Okay, excellent. Because for me, I can see this reversed, so it's a bit weird. It's like looking in a mirror, which is okay actually, because now I look like I think I look when I look in the mirror, but on YouTube I look reversed, which is always a little bit disconcerting. Okay, now that's cool. So yeah, this normally goes up on my wall up here. But as you can see, if it was to go right there, it would be a bit too close to the shelf to actually make any, you know, to actually get it on. When I put the shelf up, it was so tight I actually had to take the shelf off in order to get this off the wall. So, and it did look a bit weird. So I've decided, or rather Laura decided, because she's infinitely smarter than I am, that it would be a good idea to take it off and move it. So there you go, honey. I've done a shout out to you as well. Dubbing, brilliant. Okay, more magical stuff. Okay, so this is coming up in an upcoming video as well. It's not supposed to have this on it. I'm going to have to change this. This is a dragon egg. It lights up and, oh, yeah, it's got, well, I'm not going to fully take this apart, but this is going to be cool. It doesn't look cool at the moment. It's sort of mid-production. Loads of things actually are mid-production at the moment, simply because I don't really, I don't finish things sometimes. Or rather, I've got a lot of things in the works at the same time. How's the sound quality, by the way? I've got a pin mic on. It's not It's not a Tri-Wizard egg. That would be cool, and I would really love to do that. And I've been looking into Warbler and things like that. Good sound, excellent. How about if I take this out? 1 second. The reason I'm saying that is because potentially I'd like to have some sound going in as well, and I might then have to take that into account. So how's the sound now? Is that better or worse, or? Nobody knows. Can you hear me? Slightly worse, but still fine. Okay, I'm going to plug it in again. So, as good sound as I can get, really. It is, yeah, okay. All right, well, let me show you around my shelf. This is where Laura gets a bit itchy, because this room isn't the tidiest, and I'm definitely not going to show you the floor. It's much crisper with the mic. Yeah, okay. I figured. That's why I use it for recording my videos, actually. Okay, so let me... Whoa! Oh yeah, I've still got my headphones plugged in. 1 second. I am not showing the floor, Chivalrous Tube. No way. No way, man. It's not happening. Okay, so I'm going to flip it around. So this is my cauldron that I made. It's a bottle opener. It's not actually a cauldron that I made. I bought this one. I did cheat a little bit. I can't remember where I bought that. I think I may have bought that one from Amazon, and I bought that one from The Cauldron. It's a cauldron from The Cauldron, which is pretty cool. Hiding behind here is, I think, my second video I made these. I don't actually know where to put this. 1 second. Right. So these were made in my second ever YouTube video. My first one I think is pretty terrible. I don't think it's had any watch time at all. This is a pepper up potion that I made on my channel way back in June or July, I think. And I originally, I think it's about 25 minutes long, and I edited it like crazy. I edited it, and then Laura watched it and just went, yeah, okay, edit it again. So I edited it again, and she just went, yeah, that's too boring, edit it again. So I just cut and cut and cut. And I don't have any of the original footage. But yeah, she was right, absolutely right, because it was dreadfully boring. This is a crystal ball that actually Laura gave me when I was, how old was I? 20, I suppose? So 20 years ago, wow. Almost exactly 20 years ago, actually. 20 years ago in a week or so. This little dude, that is glass, so I've got to be a bit careful. That is a plastic skull that I bought from wish.com, thinking that it was full size, and it isn't. I mean, you know, that's my hand around it, so it's about as not full size as it can possibly be. I do actually have somewhere, I have a video of me sculpting over a skull. It isn't that one, and you'll see why in a second. That turns really nicely. It's not supposed to, but you know, it's not a lazy Susan or anything. That's just a piece of wood, but that works quite nicely. Right, moving on. We've got some magic wands. This one is a wish.com wand. That one is a real one. That one is a wish.com wand, which you can probably tell because it's supposed to be Professor McGonagall's, and it doesn't look anything like it. That's Sirius Black's, and that's Severus Snape's. Sirius Black and Severus Snape is from Wish. In fact, most of these are from Wish. That's Wish, 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 Real, and Wish. And you can tell with the colours and sometimes with the shapes. But this one's really good, and that one's slightly bent, but not very much. And I did review all of those on my channel, so go check that out if you haven't already. This one, that's actually Narcissa Malfoy's wand, which you can probably see there if it's in focus. I don't know if it is. But that's the wand box for that one there. This one is Albus Dumbledore's wand, the young Albus Dumbledore. And then the older Albus Dumbledore will have that one because he won it off Gellert Grindelwald. And this is all covered in a previous video anyway, and that's Harry Potter's one there. Then we've got, and I kind of want to do a video about this, but I haven't yet, because we made this last Halloween with my kids, and we made an evil spells book. Now actually there's so little that's evil about this book because it's actually a romance novel that I bought in a charity shop. So it's about as non, the other queen, very lovely. So it's about as non-evil as you can possibly get. But yeah, I made this. Maybe if anyone wants to see this, I would appreciate some feedback as to whether or not I should actually show anyone this one. Because I think it would actually be quite cool, and I think people might want to see it. But whether or not I can ever get the same sort of materials again, I don't actually know. Now this one was not from Wish.com, I don't think. Maybe it was actually. Can you remember, Laura? I think this one might have been from Wish.com, but I'm pretty sure that next time I actually checked on the dimensions and made sure that it was definitely... no, it wasn't. Where did I buy this? Was that Amazon? It's the sort of thing I would buy from Amazon. I'm a bit of an Amazon whore, to be honest. I buy loads of stuff from Amazon. You bought it from Knoll. Knoll is where we live, by the way, in Bristol, and it's known for being a little bit rough. I can hear at the moment some fireworks outside, but I don't know whether they're fireworks or just exploding cars. So, right, this one is... Are you sure it's a prop? It's definitely a prop, simply because the jawline is completely sawn. It's totally straight, and it's so that you can just prop it on a shelf like that. He's got a bit of an overbite at the moment, so I'm trying to just arrange it so it doesn't. But, oh well, that's all right. I think he's okay. So this one is something that I made in another video. It's a light up mushroom display, not just a mushroom display. So if I click this button here, ding, they all light up, which is really kind of ghostly and spooky and weird, which is very, very nice from that angle. To be honest, it's a little bit too high up to really show it off properly, because you can see the battery pack and all the wiring, which does slightly ruin the illusion. But this is a piece of wood that I picked up from a local woodland, and I really like it, even though it's still a little bit crumbly because it's kind of rotting. As long as it doesn't have dry rot, actually, because if it does, this shelf is buggered. Okay, so moving on, we've got Harry Potter's Replica frog. I would take it out of the packaging, but I'm not going to because I quite like it in there. I don't know, when I finally do my magical cave, then I'll probably make that one part of the display and actually take it out and give it its full glory. But for now, I'm going to keep it pristine in the packaging. This one is an Aladdin's lamp. I did not make this one. I bought that one from Amazon for about 11 quid. I really like it because it's very ornate, and my daughter's definitely got her eye on it because it's shiny. But what I wanted to do with this one is to do something sticking out of the spout and actually make a genie appear kind of for real and kind of in real life. Now I could just cheat and use After Effects and do it as a video, but I didn't really want to do that. And then this one is a magic wand. Now this one is from the Cauldron as well, because they've now started selling magical stuff. When you go to the Cauldron, they give you a wand a bit like this, but it's going to be painted. So yes, Mateus, it is a like a wand painting kind of video. It's not really. It's actually made out of resin, believe it or not. This is 3D printed by the people at the Cauldron. And what's cool about 3D printing with this sort of stuff, with this sort of technology, is that I don't know whether you can see the colour difference in... it's probably best that way, maybe. Can you see the colour difference at the tip? Yeah, I know, I was quite impressed with it. I think what happens is that they stick it on the bottom there, and then it just sort of goes up like that until you get to the top. Then they put something in the tip here, and I think it's either an RFID chip or possibly a magnet. And what that then does is it actually actuates something in the technology of the dragon egg to turn it different colours. So yeah, lots of spoilers in this video, I guess. So I'm going to turn that around now. So yeah, that was pretty much... Oh, what am I sat on? Oh yeah, the box. Oh God. There's one for the blooper reel, isn't it? Blimey, I should have been a bit more aware of that. I didn't break it, so that's cool. Right, let's put that back. See, this is how my... yeah, I know. This is how the room actually gets quite messy by me not putting things back. It's generally me and not Laura, because she's a lot tidier than I am. I have something called a floordrobe, which she thinks is hilarious. She doesn't like it at all. Hey, I'm not, yeah. I'm allowed to say it, Laura, you're not. I know it's ridiculous. Oh, there's 3 people on here now. Who's that? Am I one of them? I don't know how this works at all. I've got 1 like. Who hasn't liked yet? Go on, like it. Go on. You know you want to. Yeah, I'm sweating like crazy. It's really warm in here. I might open the window in a minute. You hate that floordrobe. Yeah, sorry. You liked it. Yeah, Laura hasn't liked it yet. Oh, what a wife, honestly. One thing I definitely will do when I go live properly, and this is kind of properly, so thank you very much for coming along, but one thing I will do when I'm properly live and doing a proper show, I'll have a proper table with an iPad holder. So all that sort of stuff I think is really going to be cool, but I'm definitely going to need some water. I think, and I don't know, if you're on the phone, watching it on the phone rather than the iPad, because we're in different rooms, just to explain that. If you're on the phone rather than the iPad, I think it's up in the top left-hand corner. Maybe Chivalrous Tube can tell you how to do that, because actually I don't know. I can probably... Can I click it? No, I can't. Oh, you need to... Oh, yeah, don't exit the chat then. Okay. So what about if you turned it this way? Oh, no. It's locked. Okay. It's locked for me. That's probably why. But that's okay. Actually, I quite like this. And what I was thinking of doing, rather than using the front-facing camera, is plugging it into this bad boy over here. So this is my auto cue. I don't know whether you've seen it, but I did actually do a video about a homemade auto cue. So yeah, so this is the office anyway. This is kind of where we work from home, doing our real jobs, as opposed to this one, which is more of a hobby. But this is the auto cue. Let me just turn it around so I can show you properly while I'm looking at it. I'm definitely not going to show the floor. So in there, I don't know if you can see that. Oh, how about if I do this? That might help. In there, that's where I stick the phone. So that's the phone holder, and it then points out at me. Now, this is from where I broke it using, by trying to push it into the car during the flying car video. If you haven't seen the flying car video, obviously do have a look at that. Now there's a small piece of plastic. I mean, this is actually quite flimsy, but in general, it's quite sturdy considering how flimsy the plastic is. I know that's kind of an oxymoron, that you wouldn't expect things that are flimsy to be sturdy, but it's flimsy in as much as there's not much weight to it, which is probably a good thing if it's going to be on a sort of fairly flimsy tripod. That one I've had for 10, 15 years. And it's never failed me yet. It's really very solid. Quite expensive at the time, but definitely well worth it. Stood the test of time. So yeah, the auto cue itself is just literally plastic, and you put it all together. I think the base actually might be metal. It might be sort of laminated metal, and it's got some rubber stuff on it. Basically, what you do, you put the iPad in it. I don't think I've got anything that I can show you really. Let's see, this might work, maybe. How much did it cost? I think it's about 50 quid, something like that, which is actually fairly expensive. Yeah, so this kind of gives the idea anyway. I mean, it's not a script, because the iPad would normally go on there, and then there's a program that I use called Teleprompter Pro, I think. Teleprompter Pro. And what it does is reverse all the text on here, so that when it then projects up onto there, you can just look straight at it and you can't even see the camera and just read it, and it scrolls because it has voice activation, so it actually works out where you are. You don't need a second person, you can do it all yourself. It's really, really, really handy, and I do that for every single video, unless I go off script, but generally I don't go off script. The Camera Obscura. Yeah, it does look a bit like one, to be honest. For those of you who don't know, the Camera Obscura is one where normally, and certainly the oldest ones, you would actually take off the lens and then the lens cap. So it would be just a camera box, and you take off the lens cap to expose the light, and then you put the lens cap back on. That's why ancient photographs, I'd say ancient, older photographs, have people sort of standing like this. Simply because they weren't able to hold a convincing smile, and so they were advised by the photographers not to, otherwise it might go blurry. Fun fact, the word camera actually comes from the Italian word camera, which doesn't mean camera, it means chamber, and the word chamber, or chambre, in French is actually the word for room. And the reason being is that the camera used to be a room. Now it's obviously just a digital thing, but it used to be, like the Camera Obscura, a box or a room of distance between the lens and the plate. There you go, science lesson, wow. You get loads of benefit on this channel. I'm not really sure what else to talk about right now, but thank you ever so much for coming anyway. That's what, 25 minutes? That's got to be an hour's worth of watch time right there. So that's cool. I don't know whether anyone might know this, so I'm going to ask anyway. Don't delete the live stream. It was funny. Okay. I was going to delete it, but no. Okay. If you think that there's any kind of value in that, then that's all right. I might just leave it on there then. So if I make this public, is that private it? If I make it public, will people get notified in a similar way to like a normal video? Make it public. You think so? Okay, well, we'll test that out as well, shall we? Let's just make it public. What do you think, Laura? I mean, I know it's a bit sort of and but... And I didn't come in a blaze of flame and, lightning like I normally do. I definitely, not sure, I thought it was a practice one. It was, but then I started showing all my magical stuff. Well, not all my magical stuff. There's loads of stuff downstairs in the box. Oh, bless you, babe. Thanks. It was really fun, though. Lovely. Well, in that case, I might just upload it. I mean, the other thing is that if I want all the watch time, I'm going to have to make it public, aren't I? Quite off the cuff and a good style. That's because I'm awesome. Why in a box? Well, all the magical stuff is in a box simply so it doesn't get broken. There's quite a lot of expensive stuff in there, to be honest. There's actually a box in the box, and I'm not going to say what the box is yet, but it cost 80 quid. So, was it 80? I think it was about 80. Yeah, it was an import from America. Interestingly, I was on a live chat with Jacob Billick yesterday, and I was reminded, and this is going to sound really weird to anyone who's listening, so I totally get it. I was reminded, and I'd totally forgotten, that I am now a dropshipper, or a reseller, I should say, for one of the biggest magic companies in the world. In fact, I think they are the biggest wholesaler of magic in the world, and I totally forgotten about it. I think life just got in the way when we got married. So yeah, I totally forgot that we were actually supposed to be reselling all this stuff. So actually, now that we've got Real World Magic, which has only been going for almost a year, suddenly I've remembered, hey, you know what, I could sell this stuff, and actually now we've got people that might want to buy it, so I might do some of that stuff. The other thing that I did, and I know that I put this out as a coming soon in 2020 video. I did a lot of magic, and it was all sort of like a trailer. That was kind of stolen from another video that I did for this magic shop that I was planning on opening. But I genuinely thought with real world magic I'd go out and I'd show people some stuff. I've got a head cam that I got from Laura, actually. She bought it for me. Thank you. I was planning on using it. I promise you I was planning on using it. And earlier this year I genuinely thought I would go out when the weather got a bit nicer, like now. That's not true. I did use it. I did use it once. But it was tied to a bike and it came off and it crashed and broke, and it was the mount that broke. It wasn't the camera. The camera's absolutely fine. It's one of these rugged things, but yeah. So it has been used. It's only been used a couple of times, I'll admit. But this year, what I really wanted to do was I wanted to go out into the city, and you were what? I don't get it. Sorry. So I was going to go out into the city. You were very kind to buy it, thank you. And I did ask for it, so it's not like it was completely unprompted. But obviously it cost money, and I really do appreciate the getting it for me. So anyway, my plan was, how do I get rid of these bloody things? Hold on 1 second. There we go. That's much better. So my plan was to go into the city and start doing magic. You were not unable to eat for a week. That's a complete and utter lie. Don't say that to anyone. They'll take you seriously. The thing about text is that there's no sarcasm emoji. Or maybe there is now. I don't know. They've got one for everything. So I was going to go into the city anyway. I really need to get this story out. So, so I was going to go into the city and I was going to show people... it's not true. Honestly, it's not true. I was going to go into the city, show people some magic, film their reactions, and then put it up on my YouTube channel. And I thought that would be a really good way of using the head camera, because then I wouldn't have to do all this sort of stuff. I wouldn't need to put it on a charging mount like I'm doing at the moment. And so I thought, well, I could do that. And then, just to make things really fun, we're all in lockdown and I can't go out. So there's no one to show magic to anymore. So what I was thinking, as part of these live shows, is to show some magic. And Laura suggested that I should do this. So if it's rubbish, that's why. I'm going to make this pen disappear. I'm going to go 1, 2, and 3, and it's gone, isn't it? It's going to be better than that, I promise. There's loads of cool stuff that I can do. So yeah, I'm a professional and I've been practicing for a long time. Doing lots of more impressive stuff than that. Yeah. So I can make my finger disappear, maybe. Should we try that? No, you can probably see it's for 4K video, isn't it? Oh, yes, I'm going to have to practice a couple of bits. Normally I'd have a deck of cards, but I think it's in the car. So anyway, all my magic stuff is downstairs in my magical box. It used to be a log store, then it was cleared out, and all of my magic, I think, is now in there. There's a lot of coin stuff. But again... oh, the Trickster, yeah. That's another thing I've also... Do you have a rabbit in your hat? I don't have a rabbit, and I don't really have a hat anymore. I think I got rid of it. I've got a Santa hat, but that might be a bit difficult to make a rabbit appear out of. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, the Trickster. So the Trickster is a trick that I invented... Oh, crikey. It's got to be 3 years ago, 4 years ago. His hair is just long. Isn't he wearing a hat? Yeah. It's a COVID haircut, I guess. It was cut, it was fairly trim, but now I can't get to a barber, so, you know, maybe I could go for a radical hairdo. I mean, I'd look like a Nazi or something, so maybe not. We need... Are you only writing 2 words at a time, by the way? To get the lawnmower on his hair, yeah, maybe Nathan can cut it. I don't know. After the amount of fuss he made over cutting the garden today, maybe not. Go bald for 1,500 subs. No. I'm going to say no. 4,000, 5,000 maybe? I don't know. Shout out. 15,000. Okay. I'm going to take a screenshot of that. 1 second. Oh. I really wanted to take a screenshot of that. Maybe I'll catch it up. I'll get it on catch up. Reason being, Laura does not want me to go bald. So if I get 15,000, I'm sure I probably will at some point get 15,000, maybe in 20 years or something. Yeah, if I do that, that'd be cool. How about that? You can see right on my nose. Social distancing. Yeah, love it. So that's pretty much it. Yeah, a bit of a word of warning. I'm definitely going to need a water bottle if I'm going to be talking for an hour or so. I'm also going to need some more material. Maybe we could interview a psychic. What do you think, Laura? We could do a psychic interview. Do you reckon that would be interesting? Is it still zooming in? What? You're zooming in, are you? No, I'm just leaning forward. Do I need to sit back? This gaming chair is not like the chair on my channel, is it? The other thing I'm definitely going... So, okay. You see a black screen? Oh, man. Maybe refresh it. You can hear me, though, yeah? I don't think this is my... Laura, can you see me? Oh, okay. How about now? Because I can see me. Let's see. Still black. That's weird. Have you refreshed? Pom, pom, pom. You refreshed and it's still black. Okay. Zoomed into my face and now it's black. Okay. Well, I don't know why that would be. I'm trying to pick some... Yeah, I don't really have very many options on here, to be honest. Laura also has a black screen. Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why. It might just be because I clicked a button. But all I tried to do was take a screenshot of something. Was that when it went black? When I tried to take a screenshot? Yeah, I did. I did change the rear camera and back again, so that's interesting. Hello. Yeah.
I can't see anything.
Can you hear me?
No.
No, okay. My beautiful wife, Laura!
Nobody can hear it and see you.
Chivalrous Tube, can you hear me? Have you tried refreshing? Can I have a look? Oh, yeah, I'm very black. You can hear me, okay. Right, that's... Oh, no, it's not that. One moment, please. See, this is why I did this. I did the live thing just to see whether or not this was going to work. You can't get back on now at all. That's weird.
Yeah. That's a bit weird, isn't it?
Yeah. Is it maybe because you're going in through WhatsApp, though?
Okay, shall I go into by YouTube?
1 second. Let me just see if we can copy that and then go into YouTube. Or even... if we go in there... Sorry, if you're typing anything, I'm not going to be able to see it for just a second, but I shouldn't be too long. Ah, there we go. Well, that is black again. Okay, I think I'm going to call it a day, and I'm going to see whether or not this is going to work again. So thank you very much for watching anyway. Thanks for anyone who subsequently watches this. Please click the like button if you want to see some more live streams with some more sort of impromptu stuff. Thank you, Laura, for testing it out. Hope you guys have a great evening. Yeah, you too, man. So I definitely will do more of this sort of stuff because I think it's gone well. What do you think? I'd really be interested in your opinion. I think it's gone quite well. But I would like to find out whether or not I've done something wrong. So what worries me most about this, and it's kind of my philosophy, I guess, is that I don't know whether it's recording, but I also, and more importantly, don't know what went wrong. So I'm not sure I'm going to be able to... Oh, cool, okay. So I don't know whether it's... I don't know whether I'm going to be able to resolve the problem because I don't know what the problem is. I know there is one, but I don't know whether it's you guys or me. It's more likely me, so maybe I just need to log off and back on again. In fact, actually, before you go, can I just... I'll do that. I won't be a second. I'm going to come out. Okay. Did you hear that? And am I back now? Did you hear the word that I just said? It's zooming in again. Okay, weird. Oh! You know what? I think I'm a complete and utter idiot. 1 second. How about... Right. Orientation is locked. Okay. How about if I do this? Can you hear me? It's black now. Can you hear me? I don't know why I'm pointing to my ears. If it's black, you can't see me. Okay, well, hopefully that's going to work. I don't know whether it did. I don't know whether it does. I don't know whether it can. And I don't actually know what's causing the zoom in. But it might have been because of the way that I'm resting the camera on, or the phone, I should say, on my charging port. It's like a wireless charging stand thing. The way that I'm resting it, you can hear me, okay, cool. The way that I'm resting it might be zooming in because it's slightly rested on one button. But what's interesting is that that's the minus button, so I don't think I'm going to be zooming in as a result of that. But I guess we'll have to go back, watch the whole thing myself and see how it goes. But thanks very much for coming along. I really, really do appreciate it. And I will also make this live, make it public, and then you can see it. And I'm going to invite a lot more people next time. So there's only 2 people on at the moment. 2 fantastic people, but only 2 people. and that's mainly because I just didn't know how this was going to go. So if it went badly, I would have just deleted it. What is that emoji? Never seen that before. Yeah, so I only invited 2 people just because if it was rubbish, I would have deleted it, and if it wasn't, then I'd make it live. So I'm going to make it live. So thanks very much for watching. We're just